Okay, as requested, I'm going to do a video over how to do the vertex and the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry, AOS, that's what I'm abbreviating it to. And how to graph these things. This is going to be two of the problems on your test, and it's going to be no calculator, so you need to know how to do it. So the A and B are just like the A and B that you have in the quadratic formula. A is the number in front of x squared, B is your number in front of the x. So if we have the vertex, the x point is negative b, so negative 4 over 2 times a is 1. Don't know the y coordinate yet, so I'm still leaving it blank, just like it is over here. Okay, now negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2, so I know I have negative 2 for the x. To find my y from the x, I can just plug it back into your formula. So y equals negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 plus 1. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. 4 times negative 2 is minus 8 plus 1. 4 minus 8 is negative 4 plus 1, so this is negative 3. That is the y-coordinate of your vertex. So this right here is our vertex. The axis of symmetry is the imaginary line that goes straight through the vertex. Notice, it's just the x direction, or x point of your vertex set to equal x. So my axis of symmetry on this one would just be x equals negative 2, because that's what the x is in our vertex. To graph it, you know a vertex is negative 2, negative 3, so over 2, down 1, 2, 3. This is the point where my graph is going to change direction. I know it's going to be positive, so it's going to be opening upward, but I don't know how much. So what we can do is make a little t-chart. I know I have negative 2, negative 3, but what happens at negative 1? I don't know. So I'm going to plug this into my formula. So negative 1 squared is 1 plus 4 times negative 1. So this is 1 minus 4 plus 1 is negative 2. This is going to be negative 1, negative 2. Then I can find what happens at 0 for just one more point over. 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, so 0, 1. Another point right here. The axis of symmetry is the imaginary line that it reflects over. So I know I'm going to reflect over this line, so that'll be about there, and this will be about here. Parabola, so make it curved at the bottom. Going upwards, curved at the bottom, going up. There's my parabola. Okay, same thing in this one. So I have my A, B, and C, same places they are in the quadratic formula whenever I use that. A is 2, B is negative 4, C is going to be negative 3, but we're not going to use that to graph it. So I have my vertex is negative B over 2A, so minus negative 4 over 2 times 2, comma, whatever I find my y to be from this. Negative and negative 4 makes it a positive 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Now we have the x part. To find our y, go back into your equation and plug it in. So we have 2 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 minus 3. 1 squared is 1 times 2 is 2 minus 4 times 1 is 4 minus 3. 2 minus 4 is negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. There's the y part of your vertex. So your axis of symmetry, don't forget, it's just x equals whatever the x part of your coordinate is. There's your axis of symmetry. There's your vertex. The hard part's over. So we can graph it. Now we're going to be at 1, negative 5, so over 1, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the point that the graph changes direction. In this case, it'll be a minimum. We don't know the points, so we can just pick some. If I want to find what x is when, or what y is when x is 0, plug it into your equation. 2 times 0 squared minus 4 times 0 minus 3 is negative 3. I can do negative 1. So then I'll write it down here at the bottom. So I'd have 2 times negative 1 squared minus 4 times negative 1 minus 3. Negative 1 squared is a positive 1 times 2 is 2. Negative 4 times negative 1 is plus 4, minus 3. 2 plus 4 is 6, minus 3 is 3. So I'll have negative 1, 3. So it looks like this thing's going up pretty quick. So we have 0, negative 3. So that's about right there. And 1, or negative 1, 3. So negative 1 up 1, 2, 3. It's going to reflect over the axis of symmetry. So if I went over 1, up 3, I go over 1, up 3 in this direction. Went over 2, up, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over 2, up 8. So over 2, up 8. And curve it at the bottom. Best you can. Try to hit your points. I'm not very good at it either. That's why I was not an art major. And there's something like a parabola. That's all we got to do. Good luck tomorrow.